model. What is the purpose of this staffing model? Set up and maintain jobs and positions according to staffing rules you define. So whenever you select a staffing model, there are two types of staffing model. One is job management and the other one is position management. Please write it down. So whenever you choose a appropriate staffing model, okay, it is not you who will choose. It is the requirement. It is the company or the client will tell you that this is the staffing model they would like to follow in their organization. So you will have to choose the right staffing model as per the client. So whenever you set up or choose the staffing model, you are basically deciding that okay, I am going to follow this set of rule only. When you configure business rules to support the unique needs of different organizations and departments. Now, when you are creating multiple organizations, as you know, we can create multiple supervisory organizations, multiple companies, multiple cost centers, right? So when we are creating multiple supervisory organizations, we can create based on different staffing models based on the requirement. Let's say I can create one supervisory organization with job management, and the other one I can create with position management. Superorg 1 can be job management, Superorg 2 can be position management. Now, how do you decide this? It is not you who will decide. It is again the client. Sorry. So it is the client who will tell you that this superorg, that one superorg will be job and one superorg will be position management. But why would they do that? In order to define certain business rules to support the unique needs. Okay, that's the reason they will decide to choose such kind of different organization, different staffing model. But in real time projects, if a company is following job management, they will only follow job management. They will not switch between these two. Okay, this is something which happens in real time. No company will switch between these two. Very rare. If they are following position management, they will follow throughout. They will follow the position management only. If they are following job management, they'll follow job management throughout. Define the appropriate staffing model flavor for each organization or department. As I said, we can create there are two types of staffing models, so we can choose any of the staffing model based on requirement. Perform all staffing activities in a single consistent environment. Maximize optional efficiency via one click drill down on staffing report. Track open positions, available hours. Basically, it's track open positions only, okay, not available hours. Access 360 workers view through current profile and complete history. I will show you this, how do you view the worker after you create uh, after you create a position you hire. Manage worker transition and movement. Administer mass organizational changes. Okay, so this is just an reasons why Workday requires a staffing model. Any questions so far on this page? There's nothing much which you should remember in this. Okay, moving on. Now, this is something very important. We have two types of staffing model, as I was telling you: position management and job management. Now, I want you to concentrate on these two pictures which you see on the screen, and I want you to register this on your mind. Okay, register these pictures in your mind so that you will have a very clear understanding if anybody asks you what's the difference. Okay, So if you see the first picture, it says it has a room, it has so many chairs and a table, right? Am I audible?
Yes,
Oh, yes,
Srikanth.
Srikanth.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first picture has a room, it has so many chairs and a table. Not so many chairs, it has specific number of chairs and a table. And if you see the second picture, it's just a room and nothing is there, it's all empty, right? So now, this is what position management and job management is. Position management position management means if you select position management in a supervisory organization, you are deciding that okay, whenever I hire for this particular supervisory organization, I will create a position, which means I will create a chair. See, in this, let's take this room as a supervisory organization. Okay, I have how many positions are created? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. There are 8 chairs, so I've created 8 positions. I can hire only 8 people. I cannot hire ninth. If I want to hire ninth, I have to create one more position, which means I have to add one more chair here. So I can hire 9. I can hire 10 also. I have to add one more chair, which means I have to create one more position. Okay, but whereas in job management, the room is completely empty, which is supervisory organization is completely empty. If you want to hire, you just simply have to keep on hiring. You don't need a position for it. You don't need a chair for it. You see, it's all empty. You don't need a chair for it. You don't need a position for it. You just keep on hiring. There is no limit. You got the difference in position management and job management? Now, this was
Yes.
in simple term. But when a question is asked, what is management, what is job management, you have to be very specific in workday terms. Okay, this was for your understanding. In workday terms, you will say position management has most control. Position is created to be filled by one worker. One worker, one position. Position must be approved and available. A chair can be empty or filled, which means a position can be empty or filled, but it should be available. And the position has its own characteristic, which means one chair, you see there are 8 chairs here, right? So all 8 chairs can have different characteristics. When I say characteristics, it means one can be a manager, one can be an associate, one can be a senior manager, one can be a CEO. So these positions can, one chair, one position can have a different job responsibilities and characteristics. Okay, so this is what you got to say when asked what is position management. Okay, you have to just say 2 points. You have to say position management is nothing but we'll have to create a position. A position can be empty or filled, and every position will have its own characteristic. One pos- and yeah, that's it. 2 points is enough. Job management. Now job management, if as per the picture, it's all empty, which means it is more flexible, and there is a higher hiring restrictions are set for the entire organization. Now, this is very important. You have to use this word, hiring restriction. When asked in an interview, this word has to be used. When you talk about job management, you have to say, hiring restrictions are set. There is a hiring restriction in the organization level. But here, the hiring restriction in the position management, hiring restriction is on the position. In job management, hiring restriction is on the organization itself. No defined quantity of number of jobs available, which means you can keep on hiring. In job management, there is no specific number of jobs that only 10 you have to hire, but in position management you can hire only as many positions as you have created. Any questions on this difference? I want you to take 2 minutes of time, read this slide, and I want you to ask me even a single small doubt you have. This is very basic. A workday consultant has to know this.
Yes, Srikanth. It's understood this.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Priyanka, Shibla, I want you to confirm.
Yes, sir. Yes, Shrikant.
Okay, great. So let's move on. Continuation determines the process and approval and restrictions. Determines what happens to the position when it is vacated. In is set of each supervisory organization. Okay, this is not needed. Right. So now coming to staffing model and its inheritance. We already know what is inheritance, right? We inheritance means something which you have not given, but it is getting acquired from its area. That is inheritance, right? So now let's see. Now in this slide, we could see that there are two colors, blue and yellow. Okay, so blue is representing position management, and yellow represents job management, right? But if you see, it is all under one superior, customer support. Okay, under customer support, you also have position management, you also have job management. So what basically this is uh, trying to this slide talks about is it is not always inheritance which happens. You can also modify the staffing model. You can change the staffing model as well. See, you can tag a job management under a position management, or you can tag position management under job management. So that also can is possible. We will see that how it is done in Workday itself. One minute. Now this concept is similar to location. If you see, if you remember, when I was creating a supervisory organization, I did not, in one place, I did not select a location, and automatically it inherited from its superior. And later I went and changed the location. Right, the same thing here. It can inherit, and later we can modify it. Staffing model can be changed after organization is created, but you should remember this. Okay, this is an interview question. You can change the staffing model, no problem. But if you hire anybody in that organization, or you create any hiring restrictions, then you cannot change the staffing model. Okay, I have created the SUPOG, right? And I told you that SUPOG is the basic or primary organization which is required to hire. You will create a position inside the SUPOG, you will hire also inside the SUPOG. So when you create a SUPOG, you will choose which staffing model this supervisory organization will follow, right? So you can later change the staffing model also. But if you hire anybody in this organization, you cannot change the staffing model, right? Now you can say you cannot change the staffing model, that is right. You can also say it is difficult to change the staffing model. I'll tell you how. You will have to, if say for example you have created this SUPOG as job management, okay, and you have hired 10 people. You have hired 10 people in this supervisory organization. Now it is not possible to change the job management to position management. I will rather say it is not possible, and then I will say although it is possible, but then it is very difficult because I will have to revoke these 10 hires. I will have to, only then I can change this. Only if the supervisory organization is empty, I can change the uh, staffing model. Else I cannot. I will have to revoke those hires. Is this point clear?
Yes, Shrikant.
Okay. Now there are two ways you can do this revoke. Okay. This does not happen usually in the real-time project, but it's a kind of a concept which you should know. Okay, that's why I'm explaining this. It does not happen in real-time project. When you create a SUPOG, you choose a staffing model and then you hire people. This happens. Okay, you will not revoke these hires. But in case if you have to revoke these hires, what will you do? You have created a SUPOG by mistake and you have chosen job management. It was supposed to be position management, but you have chosen job management and you have also started hiring. Now you realize that okay, uh, I should not have chosen job management, I should have chosen position management. What will you do? It's not easy to revoke 10 hires, not at all. So what you will do is you will create a SUPOG again. You'll again create a SUPOG with the same with position management and move all these 10 hires here, and you will inactivate this. That's all. That's all you will do. Safest way to achieve this, but it is not advisable to do this, right? It doesn't happen in the project, first of all. Now let's go to Workday and
Navigation of that position management and job management, like, just navigation. How do we change it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just give me a minute, please. I'll take you back to the navigation. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, let's go through the slide quickly. We're going to talk about position management now. So as the picture says that there are chairs, specific number of chairs, and every chair has its own restriction. Okay, every chair has its own restriction. So this is what an example is. You see the position one, which means one chair. Position two, second chair. Right? There are 8 chairs. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. So here I have only put two positions. So this is what I mean that they have a restriction, their own restrictions, their own rules, their own characteristics. Every chair has its own characteristics, rules, and restrictions. This is what it means. First position is for a sales manager, second position is for marketing manager, which means one chair is for sales manager, one chair is for marketing manager. See the location. Location is Chicago, education MBA, experience 10 years, and he's a member of Association of Sales Manager. Whereas the second chair, location is Indianapolis, completely different. Education is MBA, marketing. Experience is 15 years, and he's a PMP certified. So you see the different characteristics, different responsibilities, different restrictions. This is what we mean when we say every position has its own restriction. Okay, it will have its own requirement. I want you to go through the slide quickly and tell me if you have any questions. Good. Is the slide talking as what we discussed? Shiv?
Yes, Srikanth.
Is it good? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. How about others? Priyanka? Shivla?
So,
Okay. We'll move on to another slide. Position management use case. Frank manages a team of customer support specialists in different locations across the globe where the pay scale, expected job skills and experiences, and other requirements of employee vary widely from one position and even from one location to another. In addition, HR requires approval for each position. You need the ability to define each position narrowly based on the hiring location, job requirement, and current needs, and are subject to tight hiring control. This is one of the use case. What when I say use case, this is one of the example or something which we can test in a real time environment. What basically this says is there's a manager called as Frank, and he has different positions available in different locations. Okay, one is in US, one is in UK, one is in India. Now these these positions which are available require different skills, they require different pay, they require different uh, experience level, right? So in order to achieve all of this, he would require to create a position management staffing model. That's what it means. He requires to create a position 1 for US, position 2 for UK, position 3 for India, and he has to set different restrictions to those positions. In US he will in US, just a moment. Yeah, in US he is choosing a location California. In UK he's choosing London. In India he's choosing Bangalore. In India he requires 10 years of experience. In UK he requires 12. In US he requires 15. Okay, so these kind of different restrictions are to be set on positions. Okay, that's why he's choosing a position management. Is this example clear? Okay, moving on. This is how the organization chart looks. Let's see this in Workday as how it looks. Okay, let's go. We have few more slides talking about position management. Uh, just go through this. It's actually not much important. Just take a minute and go through this, please. Okay, let's move on to job management. Now, job management, this is a slide which talks about features of job management and what all do you do in job management. So, job management provides the least control over the definition of individual position. In position management, we had a position, so we were setting up a restriction on every position as we wanted. But in job management, it is not like that. We don't have a position.